Welcome back, sports fans. In this segment, I'm going to discuss an article that I read earlier today that was published by Sports Illustrated online, and it may have appeared in the magazine. And it was entitled, "Will Jeff Okudah be better than Darius Slay?" And it was written by Daniel Kelly of Sports Illustrated, as I stated. Essentially what he said is, right now, Darius Slay Jr. is better than Jeff Okudah, although Daniel Kelly referred to him as just Darius Slay, but for those of us who know, we know him as Darius Slay Jr. However, he went on to say that he does think eventually, and apparently in the not too distant future, as I recall, that Jeff Okudah will be better based on the fact that he was a first round selection and Darius Slay was a second round selection. He also stated that based on ability, he'll be better as well, though he lamented a bit the fact that Darius Slay Jr. wasn't there to teach him. And I would concur with him on that last point. In terms of whether or not he will be better than Darius Slay Jr., it's too early to tell. One thing I will say is, from what I've seen since his first game against the Packers, he's grown by leaps and bounds in his coverage. He still has a ways to go, of course, but his coverage is a whole lot better. And looking at the Saints, it was a whole lot better than it was in the game against the Packers. So that part is a big plus. But whether or not he's going to be better than Darius Slay Jr., I mean, when you think about it, Darius Slay Jr., to me anyway, is one of the best cornerbacks in Lions history. As far as I know, I would say only Lem Barney for sure would be better. And Night Train Lane was, but he didn't play for the Lions his entire career either. He only played, I believe, 5 years for the Lions. So, and Dre Bly had a few good years for the Lions too. But again, the Lions were not his first team, and the Lions were not his only team. And yes, I think he was the most prolific cornerback I ever saw in the Lions uniform, basically until Darius Slay Jr. came along. In some ways, still, Dre Bly was better than that and had a heck of a college career with the Tar Heels. That having been said, I would give it a bit of time for Jeff Okudah to develop. I mean, it took Darius Slay Jr. about 3 or 4 years to develop into the cornerback that he eventually would become, and probably 5 to develop into what he is now, I would say. So whether or not Jeff Okudah is going to be that, who knows? I think Daniel Kelly's a little bit early in saying it, but I can understand why he did. And I certainly hope he's right. I mean, I'm not wishing any ill will on Jeff Okudah. It's just that Darius Slay Jr. is one of the best Lions cornerbacks I've ever seen in a Lions uniform. In the next segment, I'm going to discuss Matt Stafford so far this season and whether or not I think he will be back to where he was before. Stay tuned to the Detroit Lions tomorrow on Ed's Sports Channel.